time is actually running out for crypto. Not being hyperbolic here, things are about to get crazy over the next few years for this asset class. So if you're still on zero or you have friends and family who are still on zero, you need to show them this video. And if you are holding cryptocurrency assets right now and you're thinking, what's going to go on? Is this really a good investment? You need to watch this video because I'm going to tell you why the cryptocurrency market is going to blow everyone's expectations away in the near future. My name's Lark. In case you're new around here, I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing basically every day. If that is the kind of content that you do appreciate, then a quick little tap on the thumbs up button to let me and YouTube know that you do like this kind of stuff would be super, super awesome. By the way, every single week my team and I produce Wealth Mastery. This is a cryptocurrency investor report designed to help keep you ahead of the curve in this fast-moving market. There's DeFi tutorials, altcoin reports, airdrops, token sales, NFTs, and much, much more. You can start for free using the link down below in the description. Now let's just jump straight into this topic. So this right here is a variation of a chart that I've shared before, but basically it is the only chart that you really need to see to understand the investment thesis for cryptocurrencies. It is probably the most important chart for understanding why we are holding on to our crypto assets for a longer time frame. So the thick red line here, this is internet users. Now, this is taken from 1993 up until the current date. The dotted purple line, that is crypto users. So as an equivalent, we are basically in the year 2000 for crypto in terms of adoption. We are about to see cryptocurrency adoption go absolutely insane. Right now, we've got around 300 million users. We are going to be going to billions of users. By the end of this decade, we've seen projections that could see us at 3 billion plus users. And of course, if we extrapolate out on a bit of a longer time frame, where we're at 15 or 20 years from now, basically everybody is going to be using crypto in their day-to-day lives. Payments are going to be sent across blockchain networks, digital value exchanged, NFTs being flipped around, in-game currencies, real estate's going to live on the blockchain, stocks are going to live on the blockchain. We already have tokenized assets like real estate and shares in companies and stuff like this, bonds. All this stuff already exists on the blockchain. Some of it's really niche still, but it's there, it's happening. What is the pilot of today will be a major product of tomorrow. All of this stuff is happening. It is going to be an ubiquitous part of our lives in exactly the way the internet is. Go back to the late 90s, the early 2000s. Internet usage was low. Sure, people were doing it, but early sellers on eBay and stuff like that were able to make giant profiles. Early users into Instagram and any other stuff, they got giant profiles because they were early. Well, guess what? We're still pretty gosh darn early here for crypto. This chart quite simply proves it. Here's another interesting way to look at the investment opportunity of buying cryptocurrencies right now. Or, averaging, and obviously, invest responsibly. Don't just go throw all your life savings in today, right? Dollar cost averaging in has over time been the best way to get access to this asset class. Just keep that in mind. But right now, we've got around 3.9% of the global population that owns cryptocurrencies. Now that is assuming that 300 million people own cryptocurrencies. We've seen a few different reports coming out that looks like the approximately correct number right now, that 300 million people do own cryptocurrencies. If that's the case, that puts us right about here, just at the start of this massive wave up for the early adopter phase. So this is when we're going to see, loads of tech savvy people, gamers and all these different people coming into it. The early innovators, those are the people who were, early to the party. They believed when nobody else believed. They were doing stuff and building stuff in the crypto industry when nobody else was doing it, or when few people were doing it, and we were being called crazy for doing it. Now that we're in the early adopter phase, the water's been tested. people are still a bit skeptical. People aren't really diving in a big way because it's still not as user-friendly as it could be. Let's keep it real. But we're going to see all of these different various groups coming in and starting to participate as it gets easier and easier, as wallets get easier to use, as it gets easier and easier to buy cryptocurrencies. We're going to see all of these people coming in. We have massive social proofing going on right now for crypto with country level adoption and celebrities getting big time into crypto and all this stuff. So right now we are here. You're not super early, but you're also not late. Remember, 3 billion more users coming probably by the end of the decade. That will get us up to around here, right? Where around half of the world's population has used cryptocurrencies. They've got a digital wallet on their phone. They own a little bit of Bitcoin. They do stablecoin transfers. They pay for stuff using stablecoins. They own NFTs. All this different use cases are going to bring people in. So that is basically where we're going to get. Now, of course, the market share will go up as we get the late majority, the laggards. More money starts to come in from more conservative places, if you will. But we are going to see this incredible investment potential over the next 8-10 years approximately of just an incredible amount of money coming into the market. And you have to remember, Bitcoin went from a previous high of $20,000 up to $69,000 in 2021 with the entry of just 200 million new users. What happens when we onboard another 3 billion users by the end of this decade? Bitcoin's going to go up to $1 million, probably beyond. All the other cryptocurrencies going to go up massively. Not all are going to make it in the long run. You have to keep in mind with altcoins, a lot of that stuff is basically just startups, very high failure rates. 9 out of 10 fail, crash and burn and go to zero. That's a normal part of startup investing. You have to be aware of those risks. If you want to keep it simple, you want to keep it safe, just buy some Bitcoin, buy some Ethereum, maybe dabble into a bit of the top other blockchains, get yourself some Solana, some Avalanche, some Cardano, whatever it might be. Have 4 or 5 cryptos in your portfolio. Just that for the average person is going to be more than enough. If you really want to go for gold and find those 100x, 1000x opportunities, you got to go dig around in the altcoin forest trying to find those gems. They're out there. They're real. People are making money off this stuff all of the time. But you can just keep it simple because Bitcoin alone, from right now, it's a 20x plus, if we get to $1 million, which we will, because 3 billion more people are coming to the market. Can you hear it? Can you hear it off in the distance? It's the stampede coming. It's the stampede coming. The herd is arriving. The water hole's starting to get a bit busy. They will come. They will come. And while it may not feel like you're early when you have, celebrities talking about it and all these news stories going on, the reality is only 3.9% of the world's population currently owns cryptocurrencies. If you are here now and you own cryptocurrencies today, congratulations, because you have essentially front-run the vast majority of countries who have zero crypto exposure. You have front-run the vast majority of corporations who are still on zero. The majority of institutional players who have not made a crypto play yet, although that is going to be changing when you see the likes of BlackRock, who just announced this week their crypto play. If BlackRock's doing it, everybody is going to have to start playing catch-up if they're not doing it already. All of the world's millionaires, the billionaires, the ultra-high net worth individuals, all these guys, a lot of them like crypto. We've had a very, very big cohort of prominent billionaire investors and stuff like this coming out in support of Bitcoin. But not everybody's in yet, not by a long shot. And those people control an incredible amount of money. And as it becomes more and more social proofed and their family offices start diversifying and investing in crypto, more money coming into the market. And of course, just regular people. Remember, only 300 million people. There's 7.6 billion people in the world. By 2030, half of those people are going to have some kind of cryptocurrency exposure. You're front-running all those people if you're here now today doing crypto. And the final thought for this video, the CPI data just came out for January showing 7.5% inflation in the month of January, which is bad. They already talked that the Federal Reserve might have to come out and do some emergency interest rate hikes really, really soon in order to try to combat this. But just realize how much money out there is currently locked up in garbage fiat currency, which is being inflated away into nothingness. 7.5% might sound crazy in the USA, but just remember, other countries are getting hit way harder. There are a lot of countries that have double or high double, 60, 70, 80% inflation rates, even triple digit inflation rates in some countries. If you have a 20, 30, 40, 50% inflation rate in places like Argentina, Turkey, many other countries, Lebanon's completely out of control, your wealth is being just stolen from you by the central banking class. You are being destroyed financially. Right now in the USA, there's $18 trillion sitting in US bank deposits. That's a lot of money. 18 trillion sitting in US bank deposits. That is an incredibly big number that is getting hammered by inflation, losing its purchasing power. Just thinking for a second and do the math on that. 7.5% inflation, $18 trillion. That's a lot of lost purchasing power right there. A lot. And at the same time, right now, we are seeing soaring US banking adoption for Bitcoin with more and more banks. We have 300 banks that are rumored to be launching Bitcoin buying and selling services this year. We have credit unions. 2 major credit unions just announced last week they're offering Bitcoin buying and selling services. BlackRock just announced they're offering Bitcoin buying and selling services. Where do you think this money is going to go? People realize inflation is a problem. Whether you have $1,000 in the bank, $10,000 or $1 million in the bank, inflation is a problem for you. People want out. They're looking for a solution. And guess what? The on-roads into Bitcoin have never been easier. Even a fraction of that money is going to send us up to the moon. And then you realize that America's not the only country in the world. Lots of other countries, lots of other people with money in bank accounts getting hammered, lots of other people with money in, index funds and all this stuff that can move that money. Lots of corporations internationally. So much money sitting on the sidelines, watching what's going on, watching the returns that have been happening in crypto. People are waking up. These prices will not last forever. This is, the big investment thesis for me for crypto. Billions more users coming. Economic situation globally out of control. I'm holding my crypto. I'm accumulating more. It's going to go to the moon. That's my opinion. Anyway, my 2 Satoshis, if you will. You can let me know your opinion on all this down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.